Got the old OEM fairings right here. I was putting the new fairings together here, as you can see, and I realized that there was some heat shielding already on. This is the heat shielding that Ockmark's put on there, but then there was some sections that still needed it, and looking at the OEM fairings, you can see that it wasn't really heat shielding, it was this foam stuff, and I tried peeling it all off, and I was able to peel some of it off, but a lot of it started ripping, and some of it's damaged and dirty, so I just decided to scrap it, and I just installed this heat shielding that I had sitting around, just kind of some spare heat shielding on all the sections that needed it right here. It's not the best, but I just had some sitting around, so it made it work. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one together. It's this piece, and this piece. Kind of makes this section right here. That section's already all put together. I'm gonna take the grommets out of here, put them onto the new pieces, and the side plastics will be all ready. I'll be able to put them on the bike. Alrighty, we got these side plastics done. All the hardwares, all the grommets. Everything where it's supposed to be. That side done, that side is done. That's the old side. It's garbage. We just gotta go figure out that leak, and we're gonna put the plastics on. You just gotta go ahead and throw those decals on here, and they will be all done. I'm just using this old one as reference, kind of figure out where those decals are gonna line up. There's the decals on one side. I was getting ready to put the decals on this side and I realized I forgot this little like trim piece that goes like right there. Just gotta go ahead and mount that on there. I'll flip this over and we'll throw the decals on this side. All right, we got the side plastics all set, ready to be installed. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle the front end now. Just gotta pull this fairing off here. We gotta change the mirrors, the levers, bar ends. There's a lot of little trim pieces up under there. And we also gotta change that fender as well. The leak I did pinpoint. It's pretty messed up actually down here. So the leak was coming from the oil pan. And I ended up, it was right here, right on the seal of the oil pan. It looks like the oil pan is newer than the actual engine. You can see the color is just a little bit different. So I went ahead and put some gasket maker, just like a temporary kind of fix, to stop the oil leak, and it's worked. So what really needs to happen though is the oil pan needs dropped and the gasket needs replaced, because looks like at one point someone was in here doing some welding up there. You can see right there. Looks like they broke this bolt at one point and had to re-tap it, and they probably had to drop the oil pan to get in there. And when whoever installed that oil pan either tightened it too much or the gasket wasn't lined up right, because it's leaking out of the gasket hole, gasket connection spot. So like I said, that's kind of like a temporary fix. I thought it was the water pump, and I actually bought a replacement water pump, so that kind of sucks. So it does not need a water pump. Water pump is fine. No leaks coming out of it. All the oil that was everywhere came from either the chain right there or that slow leak that was right there. So like I said, band-aided it up. It'll be fine. That'll hold for as long as it needs to until I want to replace that oil pan. So that's good for that. That's good for that. Let's tackle this front end. I've been finding stink bugs inside the plastics of this bike. I don't know where this guy had this thing stored, but this has been a stinky place. Beginning taking the trim pieces off inside here. Just trying to locate how it's held onto the fairing stay. It appears it's with the mirrors, which is how Suzuki usually does it. So gotta figure out how to take these mirrors off. We'll be pulling this whole front section off. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this inside. It's just easier to do inside the house. It's carpet. I'm just kind of nervous doing it out in the concrete. I'm gonna take the new plastics in there. I'm gonna swap all that internal over. I'll bring it over, we'll throw it on. I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity and I'm gonna clean up these ram airs. They're pretty dirty. Clean the whole gauge cluster area. All this stuff in here is just kind of dirty. I'll be able to clean that all down real quick. Throw the new fender on there. It's likely ready to throw it back together. Went ahead and cleaned up the air ducts here. Cleaned up the control area a little bit better. It was pretty dusty. I got the front end assembled. I think before I throw the front end, I'm gonna head and take that fender off. Throw the new fender on there. Just gotta unscrew a couple broken tabs. We'll be able to throw that front end on. Got the old front fender off. Let's swap over the hardware into the new one. Throw it on there. Got the new front end on. Got the new mirrors on. Got the new fender on. All mounted up. All secure. I gotta find a better way to mount this up. The one-time bolts aren't working, so I'm gonna have to get some new hardware to keep this mounted up there because it's just held on by some one-times. I gotta find some better one-time bolts or figure out some better hardware for that. That's no big deal. That'll go on right after the side pieces. I just have a couple trim pieces right here, right there, along the top there, and then along the bottom. Just gotta throw the seat on and tighten up a few bolts. Double check that leak. We're almost done with it. This is gonna be all the work I do tonight. Did quite a bit of work on it today. I'm gonna probably finish it up in the morning, so catch you in the morning. Got the left side fairings on. I was getting ready to throw these right side fairings on. I completely forgot that one of the fairing bolts snapped off in the frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to drill that out. It doesn't look like it'll be too hard, but definitely it's gonna take a few minutes, so. Thought I was almost done. Completely forgot about that. So let's go ahead and tackle that little bolt. There it is. Suzuki Hayabusa rebuild. Pretty much complete. There's only a few little things I gotta do. Just gotta like tighten the exhaust down. It's just a little loose. I wanna change maybe that. There's like a hose clamp down there. Get a different one. Just gotta add a few little final little bolts here. I wanna get some nice hardware for it. Obviously I'm gonna change the bar ends because of the slight damage right there. And I have levers for it as well. Still gotta change out that rear tire. I have a brand new rear tire for it. And I wanna change the oil on it. But it is pretty much done. Nothing else major to do on it. Oil doesn't leak anymore. Runs really good. Looks sweet. The one thing I want to try to do is maybe repair these paint chips on this gas tank, but still not sure about that because it's such a custom color. So we'll have to wait and see about that. I want to talk to some more people about that. It's been a fun bike to work on. It's actually a little bit easier than most of the other bikes. Side plastics go on super easy. It's not complicated to work on. Really nice bike. Always been a dream bike of mine to own one of these things, so super excited to have owned one. I'm gonna have a blast riding it. Can't wait to get it kind of finished up so I can ride it better. I don't really want to ride it. It's kind of low on oil from all the leaking. So I'm gonna change the oil, tighten everything up, and I'll be able to enjoy this thing. Thank you for watching.